I am back, guys. I'm back. Hey everyone, it is Ashley here and welcome back to my channel. If this is your very first time tuning in, please do not forget to go down below right now, hit that subscribe button, and if you are coming back, welcome back. I'm so surprised that I just remembered that whole intro. So for those who do not know me, my name is Ashley. I am a YouTuber, of course, and for those who do know me, hey guys, I know I've been gone forever. Let's just get to it because I don't want to waste any time. I'm really excited to be back, but truthfully, it took a lot of courage for me to even pick up this camera and film today. I've been running away from the camera for a while now. I've been avoiding even talking about what's going on for a couple of different reasons, which you guys will hear in the video. So just stay tuned, and if you want to listen, great. I really do appreciate it. I've missed you guys. If you guys miss me, I've missed you guys too. And if you don't, that's fine too, but I do appreciate the views anyways, the support, the love. Let's get into the video. So 12 Days of Christmas was the most recent series on my channel. Did not finish it. I think I stopped at like day 6. It was a fail. I started off pretty well and I was really proud of myself for even wanting to do it because I didn't think that I'd be able to, you know, push through, but I did halfway. But the reason why I didn't continue is because the environment that I was in at the time, I felt mentally unstable, emotionally unstable. Not to give too much detail, but I just wasn't in the right mindset to even continue. Like, I lost all sorts of drive to even pick up the camera and film. The holidays are never really like a good time for me, so it was, you know, a situation to where I just did not even want to continue. It's one lesson I have learned is to not just like go ghost and not say anything. So yeah, there's that. Moving forward, I have started therapy. I haven't told anybody explicitly except for the friends that do know. Haven't told my family, so this is the first time that they're hearing if they're watching this. The reason why I started therapy, in reference to one of my most recent videos about why I'm single. In that video, I seemed as though I was over the situation. Granted, I am now. There was still that hurt and that pain there. Of course, you guys know after you've dated somebody for a long time, like over a year, those repercussions still kind of hold on to them, you know. I filmed that video in December. I had started therapy before that, so I started therapy in November, so just a few weeks before. So how I started, I was actually here at school. It was just one day. There was a lot going on with my ex-boyfriend and I, and other people were involved, and we were already broken up, but it was still like some aftermath of the situation. So it was just a lot going on, and I had got to my breaking point that one day. So I came back home from class, and it was like late at night, like 6:30, because I have late classes. So came back home and I was just really crushed, like very broken by the situation, by him, everything. And I just went crazy. Like, I started like punching my walls and like throwing stuff in my room. Like, nobody knows this. I think I told one of my close friends very recently, like the other day, but nobody knows this. I literally went ballistic, and I knew that that wasn't me. And I was like, why have I let somebody get me to this point? I knew that I could have left a long time ago. I knew that I should have left a long time ago. I knew that I should have even left the situation alone, you know, but I let it, I love hard, so I let things affect me hard as well. So I had a friend at the time who was telling me about therapy and where she goes, and I actually had somebody else, another associate, that had mentioned it too, and I'm like, okay, well, since they go, let me just see. So mind you, it was later at night. I didn't think that anywhere was open because usually like facilities around here close around 5. So it was like creeping up on 7 p.m. and I just called the place, didn't know if it was open or not, like literally calling, crying hysterically on the phone. Like, I did not care. I needed out, you know. I called, and surprisingly they answered. They were open. I was so happy. I was trying to like speak through my tears. That's how bad it was. Literally within minutes rather, she got me set up with a new therapist the next day. I told her my schedule, told her what times I'm available, things like that, and she was like, okay, come in tomorrow, blah blah blah. I didn't really care if it was African American, Caucasian, didn't really care. I just wanted to talk to somebody besides the people that were already around me, because, you know, like when everybody knows your situation already, it's like you don't really want to keep going back to the same people, and then you're hearing the same things, and you just want like an unbiased viewpoint basically. So I went the next day, and I felt really relieved. I mean, I cried the first time I went in there, of course, because it was still very heavy on my heart. But since then, I've been going to therapy since then. So that was November. So how long has it been? Call it 5 months since I've been going, and I go every week. Of course, we can't go anywhere physically right now, but I have been doing over the phone therapy, but when school was in session, I was going religiously every week, every Friday or whatever. So I will say that has played a huge part in my journey from then to now, and I'm still healing. I'm definitely still healing. There were some things that took place even after, you know, the breakup with other people, and it was almost as if I didn't really learn my lesson. It's almost as if I had a void at the time that I just wanted to fill so badly, because I never got the love that I expected from that last person. So I didn't really learn my lesson, and you know, some things occurred afterwards, but I've lived and I've learned, messed up and I've learned, made my mistakes. It's cool. I'm definitely healing though, for sure. And that's a pretty touchy subject for me. That's like the main, like the big subject in my life right now, is really just healing from past hurt. And it's still pretty recent if you ask me, because I mean, we just started 2020. Everything that occurred rolled over into the first couple months of this year. So, but I will say therapy has definitely helped, and I'm in a much better headspace now. Now moving forward, spring break, guys. Spring break. I'm sure I'm not the only person whose spring break was ruined. I just turned 21 last month. March 23rd was my birthday. Regardless, I had a great birthday, even though spring break was canceled. I was gonna use spring break the week of to like celebrate my whole birthday and just go all out. So I booked a trip. I told you guys about it in one of my hauls when I was getting like all those clothes for my trip, and more hauls are coming soon because I still want to show you guys what I got. But I booked the trip last summer, so it was booked months in advance. Like, when listen, I'm a planner, okay? Like, people that know me, they know I'm a planner. Like, I like to have my stuff situated, no last minute stuff. So I booked it months ago. My friend and I, we were, you know, getting ready to go. Literally the night before we were supposed to leave to go on the cruise. So we were leaving March 14th. That was on a Saturday. March 13th, I was getting my hair done. Like, literally, I was getting everything done. My toes, my nails, my hair. So my hair was the last thing to get done, and I was getting knotless braids. And my parents were on their way to Valdosta. They were gonna, cause our dock was, or our port rather, was in Tampa, Florida. So in their like metro Atlanta. So they were gonna drive from Atlanta to Valdosta, where I'm at school, for to stay the night, and then we would just drive together in the morning to the location. Leading up to, you know, us leaving, of course there were some scares and some signs, the cruise lines not letting us go and everything. So yes, I was kind of nervous about that, and my friend was nervous, my family was a little nervous, but our travel agent didn't say anything about anything being canceled. So I'm like, okay, we're good, we're cool, it's fine, we're gonna take precaution. Even the cruise line said that they had all these policies and precautions and things like that. Literally, I'm getting my hair done the night before, so this is around, I think it was like 6, 7, and I'm just randomly on my phone. Mind you, I don't really get on social media like that. Like, I am, trust me, like I post on social media, but I don't scroll. Like, I don't sit on social media a lot. So, you know, getting my hair done, I'm just sitting on social media because that's really all I can do. And I run across a tweet from Trump, effective March 14th. All cruise lines, Carnival, Royal, whatever, like all the cruise lines will not be departing. Like, they will be shut down for like 30 days. And I was like, no, this is a joke. Like, this is literally a joke, because hours before we're supposed to leave, like, you're telling me I can't go? The amount of crying and planning and money spending and everything that I've done to get to this point for you to tell me that I can't go? In my head, I'm like, you should have at least waited until the next day to tell me that I couldn't go, you know? So I was like, before I could even get devastated, I was shocked. So I screenshot it, sent it to my brother, my parents, and the friend that was going with me. So mind you, my parents, they were driving, so they don't check their phone, so they didn't get it. My friend that was going, she texted back first. She was like, oh my gosh, like, is this real? And I was like, well, it has to be. Like, the president tweeted it, and it wasn't like a fake tweet or anything. It was from his real account. And then I even went on Google. The first thing I did was go on Google to even see if it was right. So yeah, it was true. Like, they were like updating their stuff as I was scrolling. So yeah, it was true. And it's funny because leading up to going on the cruise trip, so many things happened. Like, it was like so many signs from God that was like, don't go, like, just cancel the cruise. I was honestly devastated at that point. Like, after I talked to my friend and then I called my parents, they had to turn back around. Like, literally, I mean, they weren't that far from home, but they did turn back around, and I was just really sad. Like, really sad because I'm like, well, now what am I supposed to, like, it's my last spring break because I graduate this year. I graduate in December, and it's my birthday trip. I'm turning 21. Like, what else can go wrong right now? What else? The girl that was braiding my hair, she was actually talking to me about her trip plans because her and her friend, who are also graduating, were supposed to go to Miami that following week. So like literally everybody had plans and everything was just like crushed. So I was really hoping and praying. I was like, well, God, I really hope that, you know, even though we're departing tomorrow, like there'll still be like a little leeway. But no, like I talked to my travel agent later that night and she was like, yeah, they just emailed me and the staff and said so I'm like, it is what it is. Let God's will be done. I didn't really know what to do, if I should have went back home or just came back to my apartment here at school. So I stayed in my apartment like just like one more day after I got my hair braided, and then I went back home for the week of spring break. I went back home because granted my birthday was not until the Monday of the following week. My birthday was good. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see like I had a really good time. You know, my friends made it really special. I got my makeup done by my makeup artist, and for my last video my hair was already done. I wore an outfit that I purchased for the cruise. Like everything was cool, so I was still content with that. I can always go on a cruise. Like a cruise is always bookable again, so I'm not too worried about that. The next topic is a good one, guys. So I basically got scammed by a talent agency. I have receipts, okay? This story, I would have saved it for a story time, but I mean, I'm gonna just, literally all my stories are in this one story time. It's a whole life update, okay? How can I even say long story short because it's such a long story? So back in November, this was early November. So November 3rd of 2019, I was contacted by a talent agency manager, basically stating that she ran across my YouTube channel and she wanted to work with me because she found my content very interesting and she believes that I have potential XYZ. So the email says, hello Ashley, I currently work in the lifestyle division at Full Screen Media. Full Screen, guys, that is the name to be aware of. And we are part of the Warner Media family of brands. We are a huge fan of your content and see massive potential on your YouTube channel. Since partnering with Warner Entertainment Media, we have expanded our brand services and specialize in growth, optimization, XYZ, blah, 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 blah. We see ourselves as a digital strategy partner for your team. We would love to chat with you further about working together. And then she just asked me for my availability. So, you know, I get emails all the time, like from different companies wanting to work with me. I get a lot of emails about, oh, let us help you grow your Instagram following, things like that. I never really go for them. Like I just don't, because I just don't have time for it. This one seemed pretty legit because for one, I looked up Full Screen Media on the internet and I was like, okay, and I seen like a lot of creatives that I know personally that are like on their teams. I was like, oh wow, like this seems cool. And then in the email, you know, she was saying that even if I had an agent or manager, like they'll work with them too. So I'm starting to think, okay, it's not just a relationship that would happen between me and the brand. This would happen, like if I had other people too, this would affect them as well. So this is a whole like team kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, they seem to, you know, want to put up with what I have to offer and like who I choose to bring in as well. I tell her my availability, we set up a call. Everything seems bomb. Like I'm taking notes and everything in my notebook. So as we were talking, she was like also on my YouTube page looking through, and she was like, yeah, like I noticed that you have this, and this. I noticed that you were doing like so great at one point, because at one point I was getting like a higher number of views on my video. She was like, yeah, I noticed that you decreased, but like we're willing to work with you to get this back up and running. Like we know that you have a lot of potential. Like we see that you're a college student. Just like she was just listing out all these things. Like we see that you're a college student, you're interested in lifestyle and beauty and things like that, and like you're relatable, just XYZ. Like literally my eyes stargazed like the whole time I was on the phone. I was like, yes, like this is me, like this is, yes, like you want to work with me? Wow, sis, thank you. Like that was literally my whole like aroma during the call. So I'm like really excited because I'm like, wow, I didn't think that anybody would really even like recognize me, especially because in the time that she called me, I wasn't as consistent, obviously. And you know, the fact that somebody else like even recognized my potential when I didn't even see it fit for myself at the time, I felt really secure in that. I was like, thank you so much. She went ahead and sent the contract to my email, read the contract and everything. A couple of things stood out to me that I wasn't really fond of. I was saying that basically they would get like 20% out of what YouTube pays me every month through AdSense. So everybody of course knows about Google AdSense. That's what, like, when you reach a certain number of subscribers and views, you can get signed up for AdSense and get paid revenue through the ads that roll through your video. Like, we'll take a percentage out of your AdSense money. And I was like, like, I didn't really see the significance in that because they're not contributing to my ads. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not contributing to my ads, so why are they taking out of my personal money? Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. Then it said we'll also take 10% out of like the brand deals that they would provide for me. Whatever money I get from those brand deals, whatever sponsorships I get, they would take an additional 10%. So really they were taking 30% out of my pay. And I was just like kind of hesitant. And the one thing I did so wrong, I did not run it past my brother. My brother is the person that I always send like sketchy emails to. It was because I was just so excited and ready to join. And I should have known, like, at that little hiccup that I had when I seen how much money they would be taking out, I just shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have. But I signed the contract anyway, and we got started we got started mid-November. And then that's when all hell broke loose. Oh, by the way, an important point, the contract was a year contract. So it was gonna end this upcoming November, right? So after I signed up for everything, it's like she had me. Like, she got me in and that was it. So I emailed her November 13th. Mind you, the last time we had spoken was November 11th. That's when my like bank information and everything got hooked up to the account that I made with them. Emailed November 13th and I said, hey, I'm all signed up. I'm eager to hear what's next. No response. And she said that she would follow up with me immediately after as well. So then November 14th, I was like, good morning, do you mind if we jump on another call sometime this week sometime before the week is over? Because I just wanted more information, like, what do I do next? It's almost as if you're like leading the horse to the water for him to drink and then you just leave him there. Like how does he know where to get back? You know what I'm saying? She emailed me back and the same day she said, hey, I'm traveling on business. Do you have availability next Wednesday or Thursday? So I was like, okay, yeah, Wednesday works, Thursday works. I gave her both times each day. And she was like, and then I said, I was wondering if you could give me insight on what the next few steps are before then. Because at the time, I'm like, okay, like, I want to hop on the call to ask you additional information, but at the same time, you need to let me know what I'm supposed to be doing in the meantime, in between time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was almost as if she just hooked me in and that was it. Like, she didn't want to have nothing else to do with me. Emailed her again. I said, good morning. This was November 23rd now. You count the days. I said, I haven't heard from you in some time now, so I just wanted to check up on the status of our phone call. I'm eager to hear more information. She emailed back the same day. She said, I'd love to set up a strategy call with me and the team. Although since it's Thanksgiving next week, which you guys know that was the time frame of Thanksgiving, most of us are traveling for the holiday, including myself. Here comes the traveling excuse again. You were just traveling. Mind you, this agency is located like in, I think they said LA, right? So I'm like, okay, you were just traveling last week. Not discrediting the fact that you can't travel for work. Like, if that's what you do, cool. But like, even when you're traveling, you still adhere to your clients. I am now a client of yours. You are the one who reached out to me, meaning you need to keep up to date with your clients. Like, what is wrong with you? I told her my availability again. I said, after Thanksgiving, I'll be focused on my final exam. So I said, is there any way you can contact me before next week? Like, I literally just wanted to talk to her, just hear her voice. And I said, I only asked this because you originally mentioned calling me this past week when you came back from your previous trip. And yes, I brought that up because why say something and not go by what you say? So then she emailed back the next day and said, hello, at this time you have access to your portal and like everything that I signed up for basically. And she was like, you'll be receiving newsletters with the trending updates. Right now I'm traveling at this time and won't be able to set up a call until after Thanksgiving. Thank you for your understanding. So to me, that was almost as if, stop bothering me. I gave you all the information you need to know. You're signed up with the account, you're linked in. Go to the website, see what you need to do, see what you have access to, and we'll talk later. Like, but my thing is, I'm new to everything. I don't know how to navigate anything. Like, she didn't give me direction on anything. Like, I'm a newborn baby basically. Honestly, like, annoying. Like, honestly annoying. I emailed back the next morning. I said, good morning, what day exactly after Thanksgiving? Because I needed an exact day. Like, you're saying after Thanksgiving. Okay, I don't want the runaround again though. Like, you need to tell me exactly when you want to talk on the phone. No response after, like, Thanksgiving passed, no response. November 30th comes and she said good morning, and then I said good morning, I hope all is well. What day of next week can we schedule a call? My calendar is filling up pretty quickly, which it was, because of course you guys know I do hair, I take clients and things like that. Since November 30th, guys, I have heard nothing from this lady. Now I'm getting nervous because I signed up with this contract. These people have my bank information, my tax information. They have access to the Google AdSense money that I'll be receiving. Like, I'm nervous because now I'm like, are you serious? Like, I just, at this point, I'm like beating myself up, blaming myself. I'm like, okay, I can't even blame her now because I had the urge to not do it and I still did it, and now I seem to be suffering the consequences. I was trying to find a way in which I could remove their access to my YouTube, because there was like two parts of this contract. Like, I signed the contract, they had access to my money and things like that. I had access to the portal and the free music that I could use and stuff, and then they also had access to my YouTube. So I was like, no, red flag, red flag. So I clicked on that option in my YouTube studio and I tried to click remove access, and it said, mind you, this was like, okay, hold on, backtrack. At this point, that's when I told my parents. I told my parents because I was nervous and I was like, I've never dealt with a contract before, never worked with an agency company this big, nothing, and they're like about to get one up on me. What do I do? So I, of course, took it to my parents, and they were like, try to remove the access from your YouTube first. So that's what I did. I went on there and it said something like, if you choose to remove access now, it basically gives them a 30-day notice in order for them to let you go. So they can choose within those 30 days whether they want to deny or accept your request, basically. Now I'm thinking they're definitely not gonna deny it. Like, they're not going to. And I was just praying to God, like, God, please don't let me get stuck in this contract. It's for a whole year. I don't need this. I don't need anybody messing up like my whatever I have going with YouTube and everything. Just no. My prayers were answered, thankfully. The access was removed by the end of December, because I did it around the beginning of December. And yeah, just thank God for that. Still haven't heard back from her since. I went ahead and I deactivated the portal that I had with them, the account that I had on the website, and that was it after that. So I have not looked back since, but it was just a very scary situation. And another thing that I didn't do, which I always do, and I'm not sure why this one time I didn't, whenever a company emails me for an opportunity, I always go to YouTube to see if anybody else has those same opportunities. So I'll type in like the agency or brand name and say review or like scam or not or whatever. And I did that after I signed the contract, and then that's when I seen everybody was like, full screen incorporated, it's a scam, it's a scam, it's a scam. Some people, when I say some, very slim, and they were okay, actually had good opportunities with them, like getting flown out, getting free clothes, things of that nature. But granted, they were, again, so why am I surprised? Like, you know, that was just pretty like disheartening, and just it just made me realize like how much you have to go hard for yourself. Because in that moment of doubt and fear that I had with my channel, and I was like, you know, I don't know how far I'm gonna get with this, and then somebody else came and like swept me off my feet thinking that they were just gonna like change the atmosphere for me. I'm like, yes, like this is perfect, but no, like you have to go hard for yourself and just keep going, because nobody else can bring you the opportunities that you can bring you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's not coming from a good place and a good heart. It seemed like she was so genuine on the phone and telling me all these good things and good benefits that I could have, and I was just getting so excited, and it just wasn't for me. So I'm just grateful that God allowed me to get out of this contract. So moving forward, school is the next topic, and I'm gonna be real quick on this. Spring semester is coming to an end. Grateful for that. Honestly, when quarantine started, I didn't think that I would do so well with having 15 credit hours online, but I have gone through this thing swiftly, and I really have not had any like stress the whole way through. Maybe like when I was writing a paper or doing like a big documentary or something for my media class, but like it wasn't like a huge amount of stress, like stress that I would have if I'm physically like in class doing that stuff. One thing about me in school is like I like to learn. I like to take time, take the material, bring it back to myself and learn it on my own, like learn it slow, like at a slow pace. When it comes to class, I get scared of like asking questions because I don't want the professors, especially the media professors at my school, they just look at you like you're dumb most of the time. Like if you ask something real simple, like whether it be for clarification or you really just don't know, like they just look at you like you're so dumb. And like I personally don't like that. I was kind of grateful that classes were online. I wasn't feeling too good about it at first, but then when I started writing down my to-do list for the week and started checking things off, I'm like, okay, this is pretty simple. Like more time on my hands, I can practice time management better. I strongly believe that I'll finish this semester off really, really well. As far as my Maymester goes, because you guys know there's fall and spring semester, and then there's a Maymester, which is a 2-week course, and then there's a summer semester, which is an 8-week course, June and July. So I was supposed to go to Italy for study abroad for my Maymester, and guys, this was paid for like in advance, planned in advance, everything. Like I was so excited to go to Italy. I love like Italian food in general. I'm like a sucker for like pastas and pizzas and things like that. I've always wanted to travel. I love aesthetics. I love like scenery. Like it was like everything and more to me, and I was just so grateful that I, Ashley, was gonna have the opportunity to go. Like I never thought that I'd be able to travel to Italy. Like that was very absurd to me, and the fact that I was, you know, about to be able to was like, wow. So the death toll in Italy due to Rona was really high. I think they were like level 3, I think. Of course the school canceled the trip. They did give us other options though. They were like, hey, if you guys still want to study abroad, you can still go to other places like what was it, like Mexico or Brazil. It was just like a lot of other places that they said that we can go, and I was like, you know, right now I think I'm just gonna stay safe because I don't know what's gonna happen. At that point nobody knew what was gonna happen in the next few weeks, so I'm like, you know, let me just get my money back and just save it. I actually used it to pay towards my student loans, which I'm happy about. For the money, the price was not that bad to stay for a whole month, to have a place to eat, food to eat, or place to stay rather, food to eat. I had already met the teacher. One of the classes I was going to take was like sketchbooking and social media, I think. And the class was going to be outside. Like it was just going to be amazing. But I definitely still want to go one of these days, just out of leisure, just go for my self-pay and just go, and hopefully by then like I'll have the funds to stay as long as I want. And one of the last points I want to talk about was just my journey on YouTube, guys. It's been a journey. My #1 downfall has been consistency, and this is because I picked up so many other things along the way, along this journey. Something's gotta give. So that something, unfortunately, was YouTube, and it wasn't intentional. Like I definitely didn't just tell myself, yeah, I'm just gonna lay back off YouTube. Like no, because I always still try to film here and there, like whether it's, I don't know, like whether it's just randomly or scheduled. Like I always just try to film something and then post it at some point. But I literally just did not pick up my camera. Like unless it was for school purposes, I did not pick up my camera. When I seen other people like started creating their channels and even like progressing to thousands and thousands of subscribers on their channel, I'm like, wow, like this is so motivating. So happy for those that, you know, have actually taken that step to, you know, do it. And I'm sitting here with so much potential, and I'm sitting here almost at 10K, which when I tell you guys, I was supposed to be at 10K back in 2018, I think 2018, 2019, and I just knew it at the rate in which I was going, especially when I was doing my vlogs freshman year. If you guys have been following me since then, the OGs, y'all know, like those vlogs that I used to do every week freshman year, I just knew that I was gonna hit 10K like this. I just knew it. But of course, with me moving off campus and then not vlogging anymore, I had to come up with new ways to film, and it was just a lot of like, it was just a lot, and I didn't really know if I was still gonna be relatable, and just so many doubts and fears in my head. And that's one thing that I'm, you know, still fearful of now. Like even me being on camera, like yeah, I'm gonna post this video, but I don't know if I'm gonna have the same spark as before. I don't know if I'm gonna be relatable to people as I was before. Like I don't know. And people are still in my comments, because I still get notifications to my YouTube, and a lot of people are like, oh, please make a video on this, or thank you so much for this video, and it makes me feel so good. I'm like, wow, like people actually care. They still watch, you know. And granted, the view, like the number of views, they don't matter, but it just kind of hurts when I seen my progression from like really going so hard and then just kind of dwindling down. It does kind of suck. I'm really gonna make a dedication to try to film or try to drop a video like once a week, you know what I'm saying? Like allowing people to see your face at least once a week is better than nothing. It's better than just going MIA altogether. I aspire to be the inspiration, you know. And like, people tell me all the time I'm so inspired by you, and I don't believe it. I don't think that it's true, and I think it's because I haven't yet see myself in that light to tell myself, Ashley, you inspire people. Like, you need to start aspiring to inspire. So now I'm saying this on camera. I do aspire to inspire, and you know, whenever I feel doubtful, I'm gonna look back at this and say, hey, you told yourself that this is what you aspire for, so do it. I don't care if I get 10 views. I don't care if I get 50K views. That would be great. But I don't care. It's just like, if I'm reaching that one person, I know that I'm making an impact. And thank you guys so much for just tuning in, for sticking with me, whether it be on social media, YouTube, whatever. Let me know what y'all want to see from me. If y'all want me to do more interactive stuff, less talking, let me know. Please let me know. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn that bell on, you guys, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.